All right, welcome back. We are moving on to our next match, Chicago Distortion versus New York Wrecking Crew. I'm in the booth with Kevin. After this point, Kevin will introduce himself and tell us how incredible he is.
It won't be hard, I promise
It'll
you.
be short. Okay.
So I just watched New York Wrecking Crew. I'm from the Tampa Bay area, so I just watched them practice Tampa Bay Damage on this layout, and it was a great battle. So they definitely put in some work that past weekend.
Yeah, if they can take on Tampa Bay Damage, that's impressive.
I think they'll be okay. So
All right, the first player walks off for Distortion. That leaves Wrecking Crew in control right now. So they got 5-4, and they got the Snake 50.
definitely looks like Wrecking Crew may have a little bit of advantage right now up at that 50 Snake.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And he's allowed to wrap. There's really nobody pushing him back. Oh, I say that. Commentator cursed him right off the field.
That was my bad. So, they get a fortress of protection there, between that tower and then that Snake 1, and then just, can pull right up the center once that Snake guy gets off.
So Distortion moves up to the center brick. The center brick seems to be fantastic as just a defensive shutdown position.
It really reminds me of the old X-Ball days with the X in the center where you just got to go and get that guy.
Yeah.
You can't leave him there too long because he can shut down that Snake side pretty easily.
All right, so for Distortion, we're in Snake 1. We are at the brick. We're at D1. I think we might have, we have the Snake corner. Over here for New York Wrecking Crew, we're in the Snake corner, Dorito corner. We're in the tower in the middle. And I'm hunting that last player. Oh, a drop back.
This is when we start playing Sunday paintball-ish. You know what I mean? This is when these points start getting a little longer. I mean,
Tighter.
obviously, everybody's a little bit more fatigued. I think New York Wrecking Crew is 3-0 going into this.
Plus, there's a few less surprises you can pull. By this point, this field is kind of broken as far as figuring it out, all the angles, all the tricks.
Everybody knows what everybody's doing at this point and are probably pretty well scouted. So
this orbital strike move of going down this outside lane, right, and getting to the other team, even that is getting more and more difficult to do as the weekend goes on. I see teams throwing paint into this lane even when they don't know there's a player there.
Absolutely, and it's you get almost like the badge of honor if you can crawl this whole snake safely without having some type of cardiac episode by the end of it. So
I crawled it in practice, and oh my God, I was just gassed.
I mean, you're just hoping by the end of it you can get your gun up.
All right, player peeling off this back corner for New York Wrecking Crew. Another player walking off. This is not good. It's falling apart for them real quick.
So we got a 42 going on, it looks like.
41. Yeah, I wouldn't bother counting. It's falling apart real fast. So I think that's it. I think we got 40 none. Well, Distortion's going to win this one fairly convincingly. We're going to move on. So, Kevin, take a moment to introduce yourself to the crowd at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Kevin Sullivan. I'm from the Tampa Bay area. Grew up around Tampa Bay Damage and, quite a few divisional teams, Central Florida Paintball when it was Central Florida Paintball. Now it's Legacy Sports Park. Just glad to be out here and enjoying everybody, and it's some great competition this weekend.
You've been around.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things, man. It's
seen some stuff. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah,
there's a pain there.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Yeah, I probably started playing about 2005, six-ish, and back in the nasty shocker days. That was my first real gun.
Uncapped semi days.
Yeah. There was a lot of that. MPPL was alive and well, and. But yeah, it's been there's a lot of incredible teams. That was the Jax Raiders days, and a lot of legends. So.
All right, here we go. We're going to launch Jesters versus Struggle. Jesters on the left. Struggle lost their last match. Looking for a bounce back here. Jesters immediately into the Snake. They're going to go up to Snake. I think they're going to bypass Snake 2 right into Snake 50.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Just get up there, get down that Snake. So I feel like everybody that stops, is having a lot more difficulty.
Yep, go for it. I don't know if this S2 is an incredible bunker, frankly. I'm kind of with you. I'm just saying bypass it if you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like everybody's kind of stopping at S1, bypassing S2, and just going straight to S3. So, again, and like you can see up the center, just locking down that Snake side with that center brick.
Another player walking off for Struggle. Jester's taking draw. Unfortunately, as I say that, Jester's going to lose. Okay, at least there's no penalty. Jester's going to lose a player trying to move up to that Dorito side tower. They're still in strong positions over here. Another player peeling off for Struggle, though. Starting to fall apart. They've got the brick, and they've got this Snake corner. They don't have much else.
Should I make a bad struggle joke?
Yeah,
we
go
don't want
for it.
we don't want struggle to struggle. You know, we want to.
No, there is no bad joke in my world
Fair
over
enough. Dad jokes are already flying.
here. Yeah, let him fly. Get him out of your
Looks like
system.
It looks like, yeah, wow. Okay, very nice. So went back to that S2 and then is climbing all the way on that outside snake. Haven't seen that yet.
I love it. Unfortunately, he's going to have a very target poor environment because there's really not much left for struggle
He's
out
gonna
here.
he's gonna be shooting backwards.
Yep. But I've seen players get here and
Oh.
shoot 5 players in a row. He's not going to have a lot of targets. Yeah. Did he just get shot by his own team? We've seen that a few times today. Nope, he's clean. Kavanaugh's going to break around the corner.
I think he was yelling to pull out his own player potentially. I hope that wasn't the case.
So, like I mentioned to you before, in practice, I did this crawl just as an experiment to see if it was doable. I got to the other end. I got to the other team's end, pop up. I started killing bodies, and what happens? My teammate blows me up.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. You know how exhausted I am?
I remember the old woods ball days of you almost didn't want to get so far down and so far hidden because eventually when your team catches up to you,
they're going to blow you up.
Yeah, they're going to blow you away.
Yeah.
So got a point. First one on the board for New Jersey Jesters.
We're going to flip back to the Wrecking Crew Distortion game. Distortion up by 1 point. Lots of time on the clock. I wouldn't even worry about that. So you're out of Tampa. How does this heat compare to what you normally practice in?
This is beautiful, man.
Yeah?
I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, what are we in the high 80s right now? So
At the moment,
Yeah,
yeah.
the big things that and there's been a nice breeze. You know, you got that
Yeah.
New Jersey weather, that boardwalk not far from us. Tampa is very humid. I went to practice, like I said, last week, and these guys were sweating their pants off, man. It was crazy. So it was nuts.
I am from New Hampshire. I'm not built for this weather, and I'm not built for Tampa Bay weather. No, thank you.
If they did a World Cup in like July, August,
oh my God,
it would be, yeah.
All right, here we go. Wrecking Crew on my left, Distortion on my right.
Look at that, right up to the snake 50. Very nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to lose 2 of his players right behind him.
See, that's.
Sloffer's going to have to do a lot of work here from the snake 50.
Do you notice that on this field that it seems like people are leaving in groups often? It's not. It's
Yeah.
usually like 2 or 3 at a time. It's not usually just one guy here and there.
There's yellow laundry flying over here, unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
for Distortion. So Sloffer's got a chance to do some work here in the snake 50. To your comment, generally when I see a bunch of players walking off in bunches, it's because somebody's made a great move that's gone unnoticed.
Of course.
And he can just pop up and take multiple bodies. No one is surprised that the snake's 50 is hot at this point. But I think over on the Dorito side, you can still pull off some surprise stuff, and I've seen a lot of it.
And that's what I've seen. A lot of these points really stop at the snake 50, and you
Yep.
really got to rely on your D guys, D side guys, to get up the field. Once you make your spot. So, and obviously that comes down to communication and trusting each other at the end of the day.
At the beginning of this weekend, everybody thought the snake was the only way to win this field, and as it's gone on, I think what we've realized is this snake is not some auto-kill monster that just destroys everything on the field, which is good because it's not that hard to get up to the snake 50, so it shouldn't reward you with 3 easy kills. And we've seen the Dorito side become more and more important to winning these games.
Absolutely. I mean, it seems like the common play is getting up to that snake 50. You got, your guy in the center brick kind of locking things on the snake side. And again, you got to rely on your Dorito guys to get up there and get to work.
All right, game has settled down a little bit. Just trying to probe. That D2 over there for Distortion is just dug his head into the bunker trying to live.
It's one of those classic, let's see who blinks first.
Yeah. Sloffer getting a little bored, looking for something else over the middle. Risky going over the top. He's going to latch back onto that Dorito side.
And that's the thing, clock and time management is so important. You don't have to while out too soon, especially at this early in the game.
Mm-hmm. Distortion makes a bump out to this snake corner. They don't make it, though. They were hoping to stabilize the situation. Unfortunately, I think it's going to get a little bit worse here. Oh, body's peeling off. Okay, move by Distortion up to that D50. Sloffer goes right by him, doesn't even notice. It doesn't matter because his teammate picked him up.
There you go. But that's what we were talking about with those sneaky moves up the D side.
There's a flag.
Where'd that come from? I saw it. No, I saw it as well.
Yeah, and they're pointing at the Distortion side.
Something in the pit?
You know what? It's either in the pit or a player walking off doing something. I don't really know.
I will admit, I did get a little excited before the thumbs up came, and I got a warning. I will say these refs aren't playing around out here.
Yeah.
So
They've thrown several penalties just today on players walking off the field, either talking, even just pointing.
yeah,
Which is exactly what the rule says. You can't
no
point,
signaling.
gesticulate. Wrecking crew coach right here trying to find out what's going on. When he's done, he can tell us. Kevin, jump up. Do a quick interview.
Should we do a quick one? I don't think
No,
Doherty appreciate that.
No. Leave him alone.
What's going on, man?
Leave him alone.
He's performing surgery right now. We
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
leave him to his business.
Stay out of his way.
No, great crew. Huge fan of those Wrecking Crew guys, and obviously coming on the website, want to be non-biased, of course, but great group of players out here. It's been a great event.
Wow, New York Wrecking Crew coach handled that with an amazing amount of class. They're going to be told they're going to start with only 4 players left alive.
Ah, man.
I still don't know what caused it, but I know the outcome. Struggle on my left.
Look
Struggle.
at that. Oh, I thought he was going over.
Huge run by Struggle. All
I
the way
thought
up
he
to
was going
50.
over.
Yeah, he was way out of control there. So I'm being told by a crack research staff of Nicole that he was shot in the elbow, so they're going to start down 1. So it wasn't a talking penalty; it was a playing penalty.
So is swing point as well?
No, because they were already going to lose
Did
that
they
point.
still have it? Okay.
Yeah, the point is awarded, but they're going to have to start down a body.
Okay.
So
So
Wow,
have you had
this-
a chance to check out any of the pro matches?
no, I've been
Staying over here.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to WNXL and semi-pro.
Fair enough.
This is way better than pro, man.
I'll tell you.
Kevin, stop talking about the pro field.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't even...
Killing our ratings.
Oh, nah.
What pro field? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, they got Matt over here. They got Maddie over there. You got, all the mats covering.
Yeah, lots of mats. By the way, I am fascinated by the pro layout, though. I think that's a wild layout.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I want to watch some play on it.
Oop.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
Wow, he's
didn't see that.
cleaning
Oh,
up over there.
wow. Oh, got him.
This guy shot out of a cannon.
That
He's.
snake one better figure out something quick.
You know what? Even if the struggle player dies now, he has done so much damage.
Oh, he got him. Good for him, man. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hate
Minor,
seeing
and that might have been for not exactly talking, but that player for struggle got up and he was like looking at the refs. He's pointing at stuff. Man, if you're a coach, tell your players on this field, don't just walk off.
Well, you think about the timing as well. When we're at the end of day 2, the refs are probably a little
Tired of it.
shorter. Yeah, a little less length, a little less ropey and giving out. So.
Yeah, they're sick of it all. I can also say, as the ref, you do start off the weekend warning teams, hey, don't do that thing. And then after a certain point, you're like, hey, warnings are over. We told you don't do it.
Yeah, eventually you got to, correct that behavior.
Yeah.
And, it's sad to see that, obviously, when it's not really game related or play related.
Yeah,
But
otherwise, you end up a mall cop.
fair enough.
Don't do this, or I'm just going to tell you to not do it again.
Chase you down on the Segway.
Number 7, Kavanaugh for Jesters, trying to finish this.
What do we got? We got a one-on-one?
I believe we might. He's looking at the Dorito corner or Dorito tower.
That's a hard bunker to play in. Well, they're both not really in that favorable bunkers, honestly.
No, I think Kavanaugh has a little bit better chance to move around, though, and be creative and make himself get lost.
Yeah, those cans, you get one side. I mean,
Yeah.
you come high side, low side. I get it. You get a little bit of movement, but not nearly as much.
But Kavanaugh could jump the snake beam, slide into the middle. He could even drop and crawl if he really wanted to try to do that. He's got some options here playing this one-on-one.
Oh.
One of his options was getting shot.
Wow.
Well, good shooting, I guess, beats good movement. Struggle is going to pull this one out, tie it up 1-1.
Struggle did not struggle on that one.
There you go. The dad jokes are strong with this one.
I'm telling you.
As soon as the clean, there it is.
Nice. Well, we got some. It's the beginning, but we got some close games right now.
Yep.
1-1 in each match. Very nice.
And I just watched an incredibly close match where a team almost came back against Ology.
You know, I told those guys, and I don't want to give away too much of the game plan, but like I said, you know, they kept on hitting that center every time and just shutting down that snake guy, side. And I said, you got to get rid of that guy, man. I mean, he is, you know, and I think that's the biggest difference is we got to be making adjustments, you know, as quickly as possible. So, but when you're at this level, I mean, you know, there's a lot of all-stars out here, so it's obviously difficult.
That was nearly a miracle comeback by your team. That was really fun to watch.
But yeah, man. I mean, they're a great group of guys, and you know, just a bunch of weekend warriors and just good humans. So.
All right, Chicago Distortion, New York Wrecking Crew, all knotted up at 1-1. Lots of time on the clock. Both teams look like they have a clean breakout. No bodies walking. Oh, as I say that, immediately number 22 is taking the walk for New York Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew had to start down a body, if I'm not mistaken. No, they got 4 alive right now. Okay, so 4 on 5.
That body came walking off for which side?
New York Wrecking Crew.
Okay, so it didn't. Did they start with 5 up? I guess.
Perhaps it's Distortion. Oh, that's right.
Distortion. I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Distortion was the team that had to start down a body, so it should be 4 and 4.
4 up. Yep.
Distortion without a real threat to get into the snake over here. Wrecking Crew a little bit better position to maybe make that bump from that that mini wall into the S1.
Got about 8:35 left right now, and you know, again, it's one of those things where who's going to blink first, and we're not going to rush to judgment. So, but I think if these matches stay this close, the last couple minutes are definitely going to be quite incredible.
Would you say that this field a little bit slower running than you thought? Well, I don't know. You just ripped off a bunch of points against a great teamology, but
I mean, I think it can play both ways. You know, you got to get up in their grill, for lack of better terms. I mean, you know, it gets to the point where, and this is not that time where you got to start taking chances, and I think a lot of those paid off for us.
Wrecking Crew starting to flood into this snake zone. They're going to push it. There's really no reason. He can crawl the whole thing if he wants. Well, at least to the 50.
See, and that's what I was talking about, too. So you see that center rocket out there. He started getting on his tippy toes, and you can definitely, if you get a nice, 6'2" guy in there, you can definitely see a lot.
You can look down into it. Well,
Absolutely.
They picked up on him now, so
yeah.
Distortion better communicate that the snake 50's hot.
So you're seeing, but, there's 3 on the snake side, shooting on snake side, I believe, for Distortion, and only 1 shooting D side, and that's what I was talking about. You got to get your D side going. Up.
Uh-oh. All right, that tower is going to get pulled out of there for Distortion. I think he's maybe a little bit lucky he didn't get a penalty, not just because of the time it took for ref to get in there.
So snake 50 for the Wrecking Crew, I believe, has to start yelling back at his guys now because he's somewhat limited, as we've talked about.
We got the S1 hot for Chicago Distortion, but because he's looking cross field, it leaves Rolfson, number 25 here, kind of free. He's got free reign to kind of move around, do what he wants.
Just moved out from that can into the Dorito corner. There you go.
Bump up into the D1.
Nice, working that D side.
And I'm sure, as you know, the D1 to D2 is almost a free move. It's very difficult to stop that bump.
Most people are just going, from what I've seen, straight into the D3. I don't know if you've seen otherwise.
D3 tends to be a later push, but you're right. It's not unusual for them to just bypass it all. So, by the way, I'm referring to the outside D1 and then the inside Dorito, and then D2, and then the D50 wedge. We might have different terminology on that.
I mean, we could go the old school, Dorito corner, and then the D1, D2, D3, or the 10, 20, 30, 40, and make it super complicated.
You got them all. How about we just shout out random city names just to confuse the audience?
I love that so much on webcasts when it's like, oh, he's shooting at the baby, and everybody's like, what?
He's
who?
in the Carson City.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Tequila.
Yeah,
What?
This is not helping.
What are you doing drinking on the webcast? Come down, sir.
All right, New York Wrecking Crew, I think, in better positioning on the field, but they've taken a little less risks. There's they have a chance to try to crack this open, but they're definitely going to slow roll it.
Got a shot in on that, I would say that snake side temple over there.
Big kill.
Yeah, and then a big movement on the Dorito side.
Snake one is going to drop back to a bunker I hate to play from.
Ah, that thing is atrocious.
Oh. Yeah, and he's going to pay for it with his life. Friends don't let friends play the angled snake wall.
I'll tell you what, man, and we had some luck. I mean, luckily we have a pretty quick snake player. I'm sure everybody loves saying that, but our guy was moving up that outside snake pretty well. But staying there, trying to play that, I can't imagine that.
No, it's awful. if you're going to go there, it should be pretty much for the purpose of going around it and crawling the length of the snake.
Commit or don't.
Yeah, yeah, because once you pull your gun up and shoot from it, you're telling the other team where you are, and now you're really stuck there.
I really, and I don't recall who did it, but I really did appreciate when he went to, that one gentleman went to Snake 2, jumped over, and then crawled away the rest of the way up. I think that was great for protection purposes, and then, you know, obviously you're going a little higher than you want to, but I think that was a great move.
Smart move. We've talked about you should judge the player's thinking process and not the outcome.
Absolutely.
All right, Jester struggle tied up 1-1. Plenty of time on the clock. Jester's very quickly up to the Snake 50.
Got about, what, 9.5 minutes in this match? Yeah, plenty of time here.
Struggle bouncing up to that middle brick.
Shooting D
oh,
side.
No, there's a flag. We're going to lose 2 bodies for the struggle side.
It was smart to fill out and then just goes all the way into that almost lay down right before the Snake.
Same time, Struggle's going to bounce up to that D1. Tactical retreat for the Jester player in the Snake. While his
switcheroo.
While
we got a whole
teammates
switcheroo.
The old switcheroo. The old Statue of Liberty play. I think this is Bispo.
Ah, this poor guy. Snake 1.
Oh, my God, you're right.
No.
Last rites.
Oh, come on.
Those
just
about
be
to die.
kind. Be kind, good sir.
We salute you.
Oh,
in the
right in the back of the head. Oh,
that is the opposite of kind.
That was not even.
Oh. I think he might have gotten shot by his own team. Oh, no, or if the brick. Maybe the brick spun up. No, the brick's back is to him.
Oh,
I think he might have just got shot by his own team.
Oh, man.
We've seen that a lot. To be honest, we've seen this player get to this position, get shot by his own team a lot.
Oh.
It's going to be a run through. It might even be a clean run through. I think it is. No, he's going to call himself out. No, he's clean.
They blew the horn. Wow. 3 to the back of the head execution style.
Yeah,
Good
no,
Lord.
he's not here to make friends.
That was a complete opposite. That I don't think there's any better way to say we're on the opposite side of this, my guy.
Ouch. All right, well, if you're seeing stars, it's not because you're getting an award. It's because you just took 3 to the back of the head.
In a very close range, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, that was rough. All right. Well, we're going to Chicago Distortion.
Handshake is going to be quite awkward.
Yeah. Good game?
Ish. So we got you were saying what? Distortion and Wrecking Crew back on the field?
Yeah. Thank you for getting me back on track. I'm a little shocked at what I saw to the back of the head. All right. Wrecking Crew up 2-1. Let's see how we're doing for time. Looks like we got 5:28.
This is where I think the action is going to start, as I was saying. I think we were so taken back by that 3 in the back of the head. We ourselves need a moment to recover.
I have a sympathy concussion right now. All right. Wrecking Crew tries to go around the outside and into that long snake crawl. He's going to get a check, which even if he's clean, is going to give away his position.
See, that's the thing. Jump back over at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, because everybody and
up.
their brother knows you're there. Yeah, he's just going to pop out a little bit.
Yep.
The first time Snake 2 actually worked.
The ref has to do his job and go in and make that check. I get it, but it's unfortunate for Sloffer. That gave the game away.
Again, you know, and no fault of his own, but, you know, that's when it comes down to you got to make those quick adjustments and just hop back over because...
Give up on this mission.
Yeah.
Find another one.
May have to resort to the old switcheroo again later on in the point.
All right, Wrecking Crew mini temple in a little bit of danger.
Distortion shooting on the outside of that Snake 2, trying to get that corner over there. And now he switched back to the D side. What we got going on? 4 on 4?
I believe we have 4 on 4 at the moment. Wrecking Crew digging in their heels a little bit. Doesn't feel like they have the momentum on this one.
You got Wrecking Crew too, like I said, with that 3-0 lead. So now, you know, you never know if they're trying to experiment with a few things. Hey, how long can we make these points last? How are we going to lock this up for tomorrow?
However, you don't want to experiment too much because you can give away a play.
Of course.
You know, if another team's watching and you have something in your back pocket, you don't want to show it yet. So
again, yeah.
There's a trade-off between, good attempt by Wrecking Crew up the middle of the brick. That does not happen, most likely due to the Dorito.
We don't want them to figure out too quickly how to penetrate through those plays either.
Yep.
So we got Distortion moving up the center, trying to figure out how to tie this up. Doing a pretty good job.
Bump out to the Dorito corner by the Wrecking Crew, trying to stabilize the situation. Here we go. Outside
Old
crawl.
hop over. That corner died for Dorito corner for Wrecking Crew.
Okay, folks, watch the back of your head because it's coming.
This poor guy. Oh, he probably mercy kill on that
Yeah.
temple. That was somebody was looking out for him up in that corner.
So Wrecking Crew's going to go up 3. No, I'm sorry. The Distortion's going to tie it up 2-2 as long as it's a clean hang.
Tell you what, after we've seen, you know, like I said, that mercy kill on that temple right before he got up on that crawl.
He doesn't know how lucky he is to have died when he died.
He's going to go back and look at this.
There's a little angel over his shoulder that kept him from getting absolutely blown up. We have seen 5-packs in that move, by the way.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, we've seen 5 kills crawl the whole length. The only downside of this crawl down this outside lane, or what I call the passing lane, is it's really long. And sometimes by the time you got there, either your team's already won the game and it was a waste of time, or your team is already blown off the field and you can't do enough damage. We've seen that a few times. It's a long crawl.
Well, it's interesting, too. By the time you get up there, you have to be so smart where you start, because we've seen it, too, where we're almost talking about you got to start looking backward before you start shooting, because those guys that are in front of you technically, you know, may have a shot in on you. So once you get up there, it'd probably be worthwhile to take a breath.
I've crawled it. I can guarantee you I was taking breaths nonstop.
Multiple breaths.
Yeah. All right, struggle on our left. Jesters into that Snake 50 really, really fast.
Straight into that Snake 50. Coming up on Snake 2, we may get a little...
yeah, and I think he got away with it. Didn't see it move.
Little
Well,
show
now
right
he
up.
knows.
Yep, now we're calling it out to his teammates.
I think you go passive. If you're the struggle player, go a little bit passive, because if you pop up, you're getting your hopper peeled off first.
All this guy in Snake 2 just needs to sit there, look pretty, and let his guys go to work. So
Agreed.
just draw that gun and hang out. Probably need to tell that center rocket to switch, though, because that rundown's coming.
Yep.
Maybe get lucky, draw a penalty if he keeps going.
Struggle player in the middle, starting to flip over to the side. He needs to help out, though. His S2 is in a lot of trouble.
So he's going to have to, I don't know if you heard about that Tyler Harmon move where he threw the pod at the prop to get him to come around that 50. So
Oh,
that
the old pod trick, yeah.
that might be the time.
We've seen a few of those today.
Nice.
Oh, does he do it clean?
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
no.
Trade-off, that's fine. Frank, he's going to refill anyways. Frankly, that's a fine trade. It was a 1-for-1, but it was more important to get that guy out of the 50.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And he was just a sitting duck at S2 anyway, so.
And yeah, I was about to say, even not getting that player out, he was in such trouble with his position, he was probably going to die there, the struggle player. So that's a great trade.
Well, on top of that, too, his teammate in the center really didn't seem like he was focusing too much on the Snake side, so, you know, might have done him a favor.
Oh, no, he does a head check right into a ball. Struggle player going to walk off from that middle brick.
My commentator curse has been in full effect today.
It's in effect. You can absolutely have an effect on the outcome of games here. Bispo going to try to finish this off. D1 is hot.
It's like D1. It's getting a little windy out here with some of the props moving around. It's like, is anybody there?
Yeah, you can often get fooled at the location of a bad guy just from the bunker moving around in the wind.
Dorito one only.
Oh, he's going to make a bump up the D2. I don't mind that. Maybe Bispo losing. No, Bispo picks up on that move. Bisco's going to counter by dropping deeper into the field, trying to get a better angle on him. Now his teammate's going to launch up to the 50. Oh. I think his teammate attempted to launch and got picked up by that
Really?
Dorito. I think it might be a one-on-one.
Wow, good for him over there.
Now, Bispo doesn't have to win the gunfight. He can just get close enough to hit that buzzer.
And it looks like that's what he's thinking, because he doesn't have his gun up. Or he's trying to figure out where he's at. Whoa. Sneaky. No, don't do that.
He's
there
just
you
going to run for the
well
buzzer.
Done. Well done.
And he did that.
Well, he was thinking about it, too, and then he posted up.
Yeah, exact same thing. Love it. Okay, I love it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a player bypass hitting the buzzer, going for a kill. And there's no points in kills.
You know, I think that's, you know, the thought process, though. You know what I mean? We're so used to that's, you know, kind of.
Kill.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
Yep.
you know, especially those of us that have been playing, you know, past the decade mark, you know, you had to grab that flag.
Yep, and run it
know.
all the way back. Yeah, so I love that. And as a matter of fact, both players realized at the same time, just go get the buzzer, forget about the kill. So it just happened that Bispo was closer.
Yeah.
That was a great match. I mean, that was a great point.
These are great games, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, we got a 2-2 match right now with Wrecking Crew and Distortion back up. I mean, definitely some great points to finish off Saturday.
3 minutes on the clock. Game tied up 2-2. Wouldn't be stunning if this goes to overtime.
I was gonna say, are we gonna get an extra point in here?
We might. Bonus game for our players, for our viewers.
And this is where a lot of teams, I've heard made that, have to make that hard decision as well, or let their guys know, hey, listen, if we don't get 2 quick ones, within the first minute and a half or minute, just play it out and we'll go into OT and battle it out then.
This is also the kind of time and score territory where the coach's decision-making on flags gets real interesting.
Absolutely. I usually hear the same 2 comments. Number 1, don't get penalties.
Yeah.
And number 2, if you don't kill 2 people, just hang out. So
grind the clock out. Both teams seem to be content to kind of dig their heels in. I'm not seeing any big plays. We're not at desperation time yet. We're still above the 2-minute mark. But neither team is making secondary moves. They seem to be content to just kill the clock.
And at this point, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I mean, I think if you get to the minute mark, if you want to punch, it's very likely the other team's counter punch wouldn't come in time to win the game. That's risky, but I would
punch together is what I would say.
Yeah.
You guys need to know that, hey, it's not just 1 or 2 guys making the moves.
Wise words by Kevin. The other, I shouldn't say this out loud, the other reason to all go at the same time is you can overload the reffing circuits. I'm not recommending cheating.
I'm not going there.
Yeah, I'm not recommending it, but and whether it's intentional or not, sometimes you can just overload. If there's enough chaos on the field.
Whose flag? What flag? Who shot who?
Yeah.
Okay, he hit the buzzer. Fine, give it to him.
It just spins out of control.
Look at that.
Movement up the middle by Chicago Distortion. That may look aggressive, but really that middle brick is a great defensive position.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, though. I have to go back and say it is always funny hearing the calls from the command center. Wait, what?
Yeah. Try really hard to avoid that on the webcast. Okay, we're under 60 seconds. If a team is going to punch and go for it, this is the time to do it.
I just hear paint flying, and I don't see bodies moving.
No.
So.
No. Well, here's...
Oh, man, okay.
He's going to stop at the 45-yard line brick.
Again, that defensive move like you were talking about.
Yeah. I think both teams are content to go to overtime.
And nobody wants to be that guy either at this point.
To lose it? Well,
yeah.
And don't get a major.
More so.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to see this grind down and go into an overtime point.
A little bit of movement, but it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Ref going in for a check on the backside. I don't think it's going to matter.
At this point, man, you see a ref running at you, just
get out.
Just roll. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's the launch. Wrecking Crew launching through the middle.
Right through the paint, though.
It's going to be a trade. Is there even enough time? No, 2 seconds, 1 second. Yeah. That's it. So we're going to overtime. That's a little bit of I got to question my player in that case. And I do like aggressive movement. I do like trying to win it. So I'm not going to be too harsh here. But if you're the Wrecking Crew, why launch it at what was that? Maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds? You're extremely unlikely to win the game at that point. But you do increase the risk of pulling a major. Why launch?
I don't want to call anybody out, but like I said, stick to the game plan.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't want to build any hate between you and their team.
Yeah, I'm out here.
Kevin's out of this conversation.
Yeah,
you're done. Mute the mic.
No.
But I will say it. Okay, I'm going to say it because everybody hates me already. Anyways, there's no reason to launch at 10 seconds. That only invites penalties. You're not going to win the game with 5 or 10 seconds left.
I agree.
Yeah, with I think it was still 5 alive. I mean, or maybe even 4 alive. It just didn't make any sense.
I'll say that it may be a little bit more kosher statement, but in agreement. Why are you going to even waste the energy at that point?
Yeah.
You're going to run all the way down the field
for nothing.
To run all the way back down the field when you got to play an OT point that is going to be a battle. Again, a lot of reasons why. Just hang out.
Can I say this struggle player, their snake player, every point he is launched out of a cannon up the snake. He's got so much energy. Now he unfortunately just got shot. And he's walking off. So
He's done. He's survived. I would say probably what 80% of points. I mean, he's hung out there quite a bit.
you know, my biggest regret is he doesn't have a name on his jersey because I'd like to give him props.
Isn't that the worst?
Yeah, it's really frustrating. A little bit of a tactical retreat here for the Jesters.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen Sunday Paintball where it's like, that was a great move. We'd love to give you credit, but we don't know.
Great move by the guy with the blue goggles.
Number 14 is out here crushing it.
Yeah. Numbers, I'll even take numbers.
A little, yeah, right?
But that player for Struggles got nothing, just a black blank jersey. Who shall not be named.
And it's not even a struggle jersey. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah. Maybe he just slipped onto the field.
Isn't that the worst? Like, you got those like D3 throw together teams,
Random.
and it's like, good Lord, who is this?
We just watched the D5 finals, and we had leftovers, which are a throw together team.
Yeah.
There was not a single unified jersey on the field.
That makes it super fun.
All right, Jester player walking off. The Jester team can start thinking about clock grind. We're still at about 3, almost 4 minutes, but they can start thinking about it. They're up 3-1. Even if they lose this point, as long as they can take a minute or two off the clock, it's kind of a win.
Yeah, just hang out, let them blow the buzzer.
D1 over there is going to take a walk.
Unless you need the margin, but otherwise.
Kavanaugh's telling a teammate, please go get it. There's a risk that I might not be clean.
Look at that. Good for you, Kavanaugh, having your name on the back of your jersey.
Yeah,
well done. That's why you get the props. He's been playing well. You've definitely said his name quite a few times this match.
He's a little gassed, though. I'm seeing the, yeah. Kavanaugh's been playing great, but, boy, he's gassed.
You know, that mohawk can only do so much. Only so much can come from that.
It's great for aerodynamics.
Fair enough. Just get a little better airflow on the sides.
All right. This is a tight one. 2-2, Distortion Wrecking Crew. 5 minutes on the clock.
I'll tell you, you were talking about the weather in Tampa. I will take what we're experiencing right now in New Jersey all day. This is gorgeous right now. Light breeze, probably in the low 80s. I mean, this is money right here.
Now, to be fair, it's 6 p.m., so the high of the day is kind of breaking.
The folks at home don't need to know that.
No,
We're giving a compliment to the NXL for a great site selection out here.
NXL did a great job with the HVAC at this location. Really comfortable temperature. All right, 2-2. It looks like we got a clean break for both teams.
Again, this is where the phrase smart paintball comes into play.
Into Snake, Distortion in the Snake, but they're a little bit late. Wrecking Crew's already at the 50. He's got a gun down the middle. This is real dangerous for that Distortion player.
I told you that, you know, gun up on that that tall tower in the center, you know, just shoot down at that and see what happens.
I'd like to see this S2 for Distortion. Just do a head check. Don't come out with your gun. If you come out with your gun, you're too big a target. Nope, he wins gun dominance. I'm a liar.
Okay.
Matt, shut up. You don't know what you're doing out here.
No. Going over the top topish side is always a scary. Well, we got going over the top as well. That's always a scary move.
Wow, great Twitch reaction by Slaughtered to save his own life. A little drop back by New York Wrecking Crew. Not a drop back, drop back to the pit.
Yeah.
That's a dead player coming off.
We got a 54 going on right now. And then this, again, that Snake player, more than ever, just communicate with your guys. You don't have to be the hero at this point.
Both teams try to spread it wide to the Dorito side can. The Wrecking Crew player's getting a check by the ref, though.
So I like this with the Snake 2 coming up for the Wrecking Crew.
Backing him up?
Yeah, I think that's great. You know, and then he can, yep, perfect. Now tell your guy to look inside, you know, now that he's got that outside. That's wonderful.
Now, that said, as the S2, he could still drop out to the further inside the Snake and crawl right up to the 50.
Yeah.
His mirror S2 really can't stop that. It's Slaughter that could stop that.
I will tell you, though, if they can get this S2 guy and for Distortion, and then Wrecking Crew can do the outside Snake move, we might see a pretty quick point.
You know what? I think the Distortion S2 could even maybe do it right now.
I think he could, too. I think the ball's in anybody's court.
I don't think there's good vision for Distortion into that S2 of Wrecking Crew. How are we doing on time? We got about 3 minutes left.
Just see some communication going on. Not even a lot of guns really rolling.
No, you know what I'm seeing is caution.
Yeah.
I don't mean that as a code word. I'm seeing literal caution both teams. They're slowing it down. They're being a little more methodical.
What are you trying to tell us, Matt? Yeah, throwing out the code words already.
Yeah. No, I've got the code word sheet for every team here. You didn't know that?
Caution the clock.
Yeah, they're required to provide that to all the webcasts.
Not
It's
their
great.
names, just their codes.
Just their codes.
Provides a better viewer experience.
And I can be bought. I just want to be really honest to
Fair
any
enough.
coaches out there. I can be bought. All right, we're approaching the 2-minute mark.
I think this is
There's-
when we start getting fancy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where everybody is. You know. Okay. Tower shot. Do we got a tower shot?
I don't know.
Let's
The
get
refs still
checked.
need to check him.
That would be a huge kill.
Do you always trust the player? Yeah, don't trust the player. He's lying to you. That was an aspirational I shot him.
He went in there, though.
Oh, no, the refs did his job.
No, absolutely. He is practically crawling under that center tower at this point.
Yeah, got real low. He might be better off bumping up to that brick.
You
If
know,
he
the
can make that jump, it's a safer place than sticking to
I
that
would
tower.
say either of them at this point. Again, you know, the field is, you know, other than that 50 is relatively mirrored.
We're approaching the 1
Ooh,
minute
going
mark.
outside on that corner.
Is Sloffer getting antsy? Is he about to go run and bunker?
Somebody is. You know how these things go.
Bump up to D2 by the Wrecking Crew. There
All
we go.
right.
They know it's
This-
60
Ah,
seconds.
that center got pulled. Let's see how they capitalize on this. I'm telling you, go right to the outside right now. Yep, there you go.
Sloffer's going kill hunting.
Yep,
Greenfield's in danger.
you got to go get him. Just don't draw a penalty, but you got, there you go. Launch, nice. Nice, 2-pack.
Wow.
Oh, no. He turned just in time. Good for that snake, too, though, to turn.
We're approaching 30 seconds. I think we're going to see a tie
Ah.
here. Oh, a lot of bodies dropping
Hold
though. Very
on.
quickly for Wrecking
D
Crew.
through needs to hold on. Good move.
Yep, fine drop back.
Get confusing. No, don't go back.
No, yeah, don't fight so much.
Nope, just hang out, man.
I think we're
Got-
going to go to time here. 15.
We got 18. He's crawling down that snake. That's the problem. Oh,
Ooh. Ooh.
wow.
Go, go,
no
go.
way.
Run.
Wow. Well done.
Wow, that was a hell of a match.
Well done.
That, you know what? We paid all this attention to the snake side. all this stuff-
Congratulations to Barker.
Wow, well done, sir.
Great point for Wrecking Crew. Great job, Barker. There was, again, like you were talking about, a lot of chaos.
That was Alex Barker of New York Wrecking Crew.
Good for him.
Well done, sir. All right, get it out of your system because we're going to move on to the next point. All right, we got Struggle versus Jesters. Jester up 4-1. We got 3.5 on the clock. Not impossible for Struggle to come back, especially with as aggressive as their unnamed snake player has been. But time is definitely an issue.
And I'll tell you what, great job to Distortion as well. That was a great match.
Yeah.
So 4-1, like you were saying, with Struggle Jesters. I mean, Struggle at this point, you know, just start seeing what works. See if you can knock out a couple 30-second points, 45-second points. Good, looks like they are. Snake 2 guy coming out with a vengeance again. I love it.
Every time, he's just flying. He
All
does
right.
not care about your firing lane. First player dropping for Jesters. Advantage to Struggle. Oh, another player
2.
getting pulled for Jesters from that Dorito side tower. Now the middle tower.
Yep.
This is just exactly the quick point that Struggle needs. Now they need to finish it.
Our Snake 3 guy with the wheels needs to power those back up again and get on it. There you go, coming up through the middle. Cross it up at this point. You need to talk to your...
Nope, maybe no hit.
No,
No, it's a bounce.
Lucky bounce. Oh.
Oh, our snake player takes the walk.
Cross it up at this point, guys.
The other Struggle players need to help their guy that's crossed into enemy territory. Oh, foot hit. He shoots the
Well
the
done.
ankle.
That's the problem with those cans, man. You know, it's those weird spots. You can't really get into those.
So we're 2 minutes, 30 seconds. They still need to finish this quick.
Yep.
They pull out that last
Quick
play. They're
run.
going to finish it.
He's got to look at like some paint on his loader. He needs to be
Yeah, I was
careful with
just
that.
about to say the same thing. That's a little risky. Yeah, the ref's
Yep,
going to
he's
check
looking
that out.
at it.
Nope.
Let him go.
Yeah, it's going to be rubbed.
Oh, man. I know he didn't have time to have his boys check him, but, you know, that's one of those where it's like, do you want to
gotta go.
signal somebody in?
That's a risk reward there, isn't it? How much time you have left?
So,
All right, so we're going to be about 2.5 minutes. Struggle needs to pull out 2 points if they want to tie this back up. It's very doable.
And we're in X-ball now, so
Yep.
they got to get rocking.
So this is not the fastest playing field in the world. Like I think we talked about this earlier. We've seen kind of longish points as a generality. Not that you can't win them fast, but if you, Kevin, need to win a game fast, how do you do it on this field?
First thing I would do, our boys with the wheels, something like him, snake 2, snake 3 very quickly. I would sacrifice my guy in the center. I would just go and kill that, go up the center. As soon as you hear that call, I'd go to the center brick off the top. As soon as you hear the call and what side he's shooting on, go get him. Sacrifice your body, get rid of that, play 4 up. And then as soon as you got your guy in the 50, kind of get the lay of the land and just start shoving people up the D side. I mean, that's what I would tell you at the end of the day. If you can get a guy out to the corner, awesome. But again, I really like the move that they were doing where they were getting this 50 snake and the snake 2. I think that was great as well. I don't think that we have enough time to hit the outside snake.
To do that long crawl.
Probably about a 20-second crawl from what I've seen, even if you're jetting. So I think you got to just start shoving them, bodies down the field. Once you get snake side semi-locked down, like I said, get rid of that center guy and start shoving people up the D side.
Conveyor belts them. All right, there you go. You want to run down to their pit, tell them how to do it?
I don't know if they could pay me enough.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have Struggle on our right, Jersey Jesters on our left. I'm going to certainly guess that the Jester player is going to fly up to this. Actually, Struggle player is going to fly up to the Snake 2 right off the bat.
I would put my money on that.
I mean, if I'm the Jesters, I got to put multiple guns. He's going to that Snake 2 every time. Put multiple guns over there.
Well, I mean, see, I wonder, and again, I wonder if the center guy, if you ran your center guy up and shot that, if he could get him.
And there he is, Struggle player into that S2, and now the S50.
Look at that on the Jesters, running up, I think, to D3. Look at that over there in the corner. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, penalty.
Oh, no, penalty.
Great move on the D side, and then
that opens the door for Struggle to have a quick point if they can capitalize on it.
Wheels has got to get down the field. He does not have a name, so therefore we will give him one.
That's his new nickname.
Yeah. Don't
Drops
go back.
I like it. That's smart play. He didn't just stay there and die. Crossing the 50 in the Snake to the S2 is a real dangerous move. That S2 is a lot of players have gone to it.
But here's what I'm saying. Ball's in the center's guy's hands at this point. Get up to that next brick. So, yep, there you go. And then Wheels needs to run down. Don't stop there, big guy.
Minute 30 on the clock.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There you go. Great teamwork there. Yep, done. Run it in. Well done. I think that was pretty much what I said.
They nailed. They were listening. All joking aside, I have now discovered doing a little bit of webcasting. Teams are nowadays literally sitting in the pits with their phones for a bunch of reasons. One, they can watch the breakout of the other team. 2, they can be watching other teams playing. And 3, occasionally we have to be careful we don't say something on the air like, I just overheard the coach of so-and-so. I've heard that. And I now know to never divulge anything as a webcaster that I hear in confidence because.
Well, number 4, you're welcome because they just did what I said. So.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, you got to keep that confidence at the end of the day, and
I've gone up to teams and I've said, "Oh, how do you think you're going to attack this next game?" And they tell me, and then I get to the booth and I go, "Wait a second, I can't say that on air." So I've stopped asking those questions before matches because, everybody's got a phone in their hand now.
Well, as a practicing attorney, confidence is, attorney-client privilege is very important. Yeah. So, I guess the commentator privilege holds truth as well.
Yeah. Well, we have an oath. Yeah, we have an oath of honor. What we don't have is qualified immunity. So
fair enough. Yeah.
You got to be careful on that.
Call me next time. We'll get you taken care of. So, but yeah.
You practice out of Tampa?
I do. Yeah. Tampa Bay. So we have 8 offices there, and.
Do you have a specialty?
We do car accidents. So,
okay.
Yeah, personal injuries. So it's a lot of fun. Helps some good people.
So. Can I tell you, I didn't originally start with the intent to do this, but when my daughter was a little bit younger, like young teenage years, we would turn on Cops, and I would start using it as a critique of what not to do during traffic stops.
Oh, my Lord.
And now my daughter she's so well trained. Fortunately, she's never going to have a trunk full of illegal substances. But if she ever did, she knows how to handle herself.
There you go.
Do you ever watch those shows and just be like, oh, my God, why are you saying yes? Just shut up. Stop talking.
Listen, and I say this, I have the, a lot of great friends that are police officers, and I have,
sure.
the utmost respect for law enforcement. But I will say at the end of the day, especially after talking to many of them, they probably don't want to hear what you have to say, and you're probably doing yourself a favor, rather keeping your mouth shut.
Yeah.
So that is not legal advice. That is just general life advice
Yeah.
for multiple situations.
Look, I'm not rooting for people doing wrong to get away with it, but it is just stunning when I watch some of these roadside interactions that, do you mind if I look in your car? You should probably say no because you know that you're transporting, illegal stuff or firearm. Anyways, it's amazing. So,
I would say, and I would end it with this. I think in 2024, I think so many people want to prove that they're not wrong, that they end up saying something wrong in the meantime. So, again, best thing is to just be quiet.
Yep.
So, and luckily, it's always fun being in New Jersey. I'm not licensed here, so if anybody comes up with a legal question, I have an easy out. So, sorry.
Not my territory.
I can't help you here, guys. So, World Cup, different story. So.
Take off the lawyer hat.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nope. I'm just a paintball player.
Go incognito. All right, Struggle has an opportunity here. Not a lot of time on the clock. Minute 22.
See if Wheels makes it. He's going.
How are they not stopping
us? He stopped at S1. He tricked us.
Just getting to S1 is amazing.
He's not even diving. He's just like running heads up and just ducking down.
Unfortunately, he loses one of his players on the back line. Loses two of his players. There he goes, moving up S2.
He's got to go now, and he knows, and they know he's heading to that S3. Oh, look at that minor penalty over there on Jesters.
There's an opportunity now for Struggle.
I think 3 came off.
Struggle's going to try to flood it themselves, though.
Oh, he's going for him. Jesters. He's going up the center. He's going up the center. Oh.
Oh, no, he didn't get the
Wheels
kill.
got it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Wheels. You had our heart.
Look at that, showing some love over there in the corner. Just blew a kiss, it looked like, for Struggle. Great match.
Well done. I'd really love to know the name of that unnamed player because he was fantastic for Struggle over here on this Doritos, on this Snake side.
So.
Well, I believe that's going to bring our match to a conclusion. Any chance you're moving on to Sunday? I'm not tracking the scores.
I don't know if we are or not. For Totem, we're not. So, and then I'm working in the pit with Damage as well, and I believe we're moving on. So
fair enough.
I'll be in one side or the other, but it was an absolute pleasure.
Dude, this was great. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Good luck to either one of your teams tomorrow and how it goes.
Absolutely.
And safe travels back. We're going to take a little bit of break, and we're going to come back.
Sounds great.
Thank you
See
so much.
Are we in? Yeah, we're good. All right, so I've got Jacko here with me from New York Wrecking Crew, who've just come off another win. How are we feeling about filing the day with the win?
Man, that was a tough battle. My teammates, I'm so proud of them, but that Distortion, they're a tough team. They battled back and forth with us. It was exciting to watch, exciting to be a part of, and again, I'm just so proud of my teammates pulling that out.
Now, we're in the media tent watching, and we're biting our nails because you guys finished off with 3 seconds left on the clock. Were you trying to go into 1v1s? You just felt like being a little spicy?
Oh, we were ready for it. We have so much faith in our guys to win one-on-ones, but we got faith to win, the 13 seconds too.
So you come off feeling good, and now you go into tomorrow. What's the game plan? You go back home or eating dinner with a team meeting, or?
Oh, meetings are our thing. Scouting, we're going to watch film on whoever we end up playing. We're going to watch teams in the morning. We're going to be ready.
Well, thank you so much, and enjoy the win, enjoy the day, and rest up for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to Falvey.
All right, Kevin ducked out. It was wonderful to have him. We're going to come back to the Jesters Struggle game. Not much time left on the clock. We got 30 seconds. This is really beyond a recovery situation for Struggle. Play for another point, play for pride. Go for it. I expect to see them take the snake on the break. Jesters into S1. No, immediately dropped 2 bodies. Ref's hunting another one. Great move down the passing lane by Struggle. He's going to go all the way. No, he's going to stop. Look cross. Risky stop. Jester players are dropping like flies. Struggle has a chance to hit the buzzer. They would have needed to do it about half the time, but oh. that is going to go to time. Really valiant effort by Struggle there at the end. Saw some great play out of them. All right, well, that is going to wrap up this match. You've stuck around with us this long. Please stick around a little bit longer. We have the youth division coming up, which is going to be awesome to watch. It's good to see the next generation of paintball coming out here. So we're going to take a little break. We're going to come right back. Please stay with us. Thank you so much.